Okay, so it's come to my attention that a lot of people are hard stuck. They're hard stuck in those mid-elo ranks, whether that be gold and platinum. I know some people would probably consider diamond, but I feel like if you got to diamond, you know, you did work hard, don't get me wrong. Again, it's not GM though. I'm sorry, but it's not GM. But you still worked hard for it. So me, I'm going to come in now. I'm going to give you guys the tips that you need to actually get up to a higher rank, especially in Season 2. Because I know a lot of you guys need these tips. So listen closely. 1. Do not play Emma Frost. Do not play, in fact, do not even play Ultron whenever he comes out. But I know a lot of you guys, day one, are going to jump on Emma Frost and say, oh my god, the thighs. Oh my god, she's beautiful. Oh my god, she's an S tier tank. Because everyone's got TikTok brain and can't create any sort of common sense for themselves. If you don't know how to play Emma Frost, do not pick her in ranked. Or at the very least, if you're trying to have fun in ranked and you're not trying to rank up, you're just trying to, you know, test her out, you know, things of that nature, don't complain when you're stuck in silver. Simply put. Simply put. Now, where do I think Emma Frost is going to be in the tier list? I'd assume B to A tier. I think because most tanks in this game are pretty good. So I'd assume she's going to be somewhere B to A tier. She's going to be on par with the other tanks already in the game. Speaking of tier lists though, and you know, let me just reiterate before we go off from the point, again, please just stop playing new characters. It's hurting you a lot. But continuing on from that point, going on to tier lists, please guys, please stop the TikTok brain nonsense. Stop listening to your favorite creators when they create a tier list for fun. Even though there is definitely truth in it, stop listening to them, because that's what's causing a lot of people to eventually lose games, is because they're only listening to whatever these competitive guys say on their tier list. What you gotta understand is that these competitive guys, these guys that play these tournaments, they're just as lost as everybody else. They just have, let's say, 25% more knowledge on what they're talking about in terms of which characters are the best. How many tier lists did we see back in Season 0 where everyone was saying Wolverine is the worst DPS in the game? Or did we just forget that? Apparently we did. You know, you get what I'm trying to say. How many tier lists, and again, this was Season 0, so God forbid what we see this season, did we see where people said Doctor Strange was A to B tier back in Season 0? He was apparently S tier by the end of it, so I mean, what are we doing? How many times did we hear triple support is not even meta? Yeah, I'm hearing that the Star-Lord Mantis Adam team up along with a third support is one of the strongest metas in the game right now. I'm just keeping it honest. Stop listening to these guys, these competitive guys that make these tier lists. And more times out of 10, they are making it for fun anyways. Sure, again, there is going to be truth, but guys will consider Magneto and Groot the ultimate tank duo, but then forget Punisher and Rocket, especially with their team up, are in the game. You know, Groot cannot do anything against Punisher. Magneto struggles because he just gets peppered with bullets. He doesn't have an infinite shield. Like, in terms of damage, it's infinite, but it lasts for 2 seconds. Punisher just keeps spraying him. I'm just keeping it out. I'm just putting that out there. There are counters for nearly every character in this game. Yeah, a lot of people, they will see the tier list, they'll go ahead and ban Magneto and Groot, and I'll just eat on Strange. And yes, I know Strange got nerfed this season. Don't get me wrong. If Strange starts moving Bugsy like some next baby character that is like Black Widow 2.0, I'm going to switch and start playing Groot. You're gonna start seeing me say I am Groot all day. I am Groot, I am Groot, putting down walls. I'm gonna play some Fortnite. But when it comes to just being in general, when we're talking about these characters, if someone goes ahead and decides to play Rocket, if someone goes ahead and decide, like for me, for example, and decides to play Strange, and then I give you, you know, 40 final hits and the MVP. When someone decides to play, I don't know, let me think of another mid-tier character, even Captain America, please stop screaming, please stop crying, and please stop saying that you're doing all the work when you've picked Hela, but you're trash with Hela. Like, come on now. Now, on to the next point. Stop blaming your teammates if you lose the game, because if you are not doing everything in your power, if you are not at the end of the game always getting SVPs and MVPs, you have no standing to blame your teammates because you're not even the best in the lobby. If you are the best in the lobby, it is very obvious you are the best in the lobby. The amount of times where people have tried to get onto me, but because I am the best in the lobby, they just transfer their anger over to someone else. And that's what you also got to understand about a lot of these people. Like the people that are the first to speak up and just get angry and frustrated and just get onto anybody that they find, you know what I'm saying, they find a reason to argue with, those are usually the worst players in the game. So if you're one of those people, you know what I'm saying, it's time to get back in the lab, you know what I'm saying. But if you're even thinking about blaming all your teammates as to why you're losing and you're not sitting there with a big up MVP next to your name, please stop talking. If you're not sitting there with playing DPS or tank and you're not sitting there with 20 final hits while your team has 8, stop talking. You are not that good at the game and you cannot blame your teammates for the reason why you lost that game because you didn't even give them a chance to win. Now don't get me wrong, this is not me saying that you have to backpack every single game and you should be backpacking it every single game. This is not me saying that because I understand. Up in GM, I was teaming up with a couple of trash bags which I just had to backpack quickly and drag myself up to Celestial. I'm not saying that it's fair that you have to backpack people, but that's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? People have their off games too. Yeah, you never know. Like that team might have just had their off game. You have to elevate them up. You know what I'm saying? Like in basketball, you have to be a floor raiser. Sometimes you just gotta put that backpack on and carry. That's all it is. So please, if you're on a losing streak, if you're on a 10-game losing streak, it is not your teammates at a certain point. At a certain point, the only thing you can control is yourself. So either you get better so that you can carry them, or you let losers queue take you. And again, this is not me saying loser queue does not exist, because as far as I'm aware, if you play at a certain level, or if you play for a certain amount of time, the game will give you varying amounts of teammates depending on their skill level. As far as I'm aware. I might be wrong about this, but just get better. Just get better. Just get in the lab. Now, the next tip I got, and this is specifically for you DPS idiots. And the reason why I say this is because DPS, I feel like they are the role, like the people that main DPS are those are the people that have no idea how the rest of the game works. The only thing they think is that they need to kill the healers, which, don't get me wrong, you do need to kill the healers. That is basically your main thing. But obviously it depends on what character you're playing and, you know what I'm saying. But please, if you main DPS, you know what I'm saying, if you main just one other role as well, learn another role. You know, I main tank and I stayed as a tank. I then learned DPS because, you know, going from tank to DPS is bread and butter. Because it's basically the same thing. I'm not going to lie to you. It's basically the same thing. You just have less health and more mobility. That's what tank to DPS is. So vice versa is DPS to tank. If you know DPS, then just go tank. You know what I'm saying? If you're really struggling playing tank, then cool. Try out support. But acting like it's, again, your teammate's fault. Acting like you're doing your all when you insta-lock DPS and your other teammate, again, it's another insta-lock DPS, and your other teammate is another insta-lock DPS, so you got 3 DPSs on the team. You're not doing yourself any favors by triple DPSing in a game where the other team is playing a completely well-rounded comp setup. So all of that to say, please, if you only know one role, you are selling. You are probably selling your team. That doesn't mean that I'm one of those people that believes that you should flex every game, because I genuinely believe that you should have at least one main, one person that you're just really good at and you love playing. But you need to understand and have an idea of what these other roles do, and you need to be able to flex if, you know, the situation calls for it. For example, you're on a team with 6 DPSs. Cool, I can at least go to tank and do something there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So cool. The final one, and this is going to get probably 90, 99.8% of the 99.9% of the Marvel Rivals player base. But please drop the ego. Please drop the ego. And the reason why I say that is because I'm probably better than you. Drop the ego. Drop the ego. The amount of people I see in gold rank, and they will act like they know what they're talking about. Like, I have alt accounts. So when people try and get onto me, and I'm thinking, I'm Celestial, I don't have to have this from you. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it. Too many people in this game, they hit a certain rank, and because it looks shiny, they now suddenly have a massive ego. Please drop the ego. And the reason why I say is I'm likely better than you. Let me just quickly explain my career context, like at least my Marvel Rivals career context. So I started off on PC. You know, I was playing with a couple other friends. I'm not gonna act like we were the best because we weren't. You know what I'm saying? We were not the best. However, I hit GM on that account before the half season. And just to add a little bit of salt in the wound, when I did that, I think I was the top 98% of the player base. I was playing on controller, and my PC can't run the game correctly, so I'm running at 20 FPS. This is who you lost to. I hope you know this. This is who you lost to. A guy playing controller, running the game at 20 FPS. You lost to me. You want to know why? I have better game sense. That's all it is. There was games I was MVP in. I'm not going to lie to you. So obviously, I didn't want to play that anymore. It was hard to look at. It was hard to play. I switched to console. Why do you think I'm MVPing every game? Why do you think it doesn't require me? And the thing is with console as well, I switched to console originally to play with more of my friends because more of them had console, so we could actually 6-man. When I tell you these guys, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna throw any of them under the bus, but let me say, my backpack was heavy. Let me just say, my backpack was heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I've lost on my main account on console. I've now made another alt account because my friend from PC, he then made a console account finally. So now I can play with him, but obviously we were different ranks, so I made another account. We won, I think we only lost 5 competitive games, and the only reason why we lost them is because teammates left. Bronze lobbies. You get what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't do anything about your teammate leaving. Like, it's a 5v6. You know what I'm saying? I'm with my boy, so obviously there's 2 of us and 3 other trash bags. So like, what can we do? You get what I'm trying to say? Well, with 3 other trash bags, they're dying every time, and it's like I'm trying to now 1v6 a team. We're basically trying to 2v6 a team. He's trying to learn a different character. I'm like, okay, cool, I might just switch a straight. Like, it was long, but we lost 5 games. We hit platinum, and then we just couldn't be asked because the new season's coming out. So we were just like, you know what, let's just wait. And you know what, I'm going off on a tangent. But let me put it like this. Just drop the ego. Just get better at the game. Get better game sense, because I promise you that's the reason why a lot of you are losing the game. Not because you're playing a controller, not because you're mechanically legitimately, like, don't get me wrong, mechanical skill is very important in this game. You have to hit your shots, but more times out of 10 it's just game sense and strategy. A lot of you guys just cannot do that. So I guess that's it for my tips. You know what I'm saying? Go back into the Marvel Rivals competitive world, and please do not sell me, man. Just do not sell me. Now, before I go, again, for you guys that are waiting for another video from me, like I'm talking about you guys that, you know what I'm saying, that are loyal, you know what I'm saying, you guys have been here for a minute. Yes, I do have a video essay that was actually meant to come out today. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's ready. Like, the video is ready to actually come out. The only reason why I haven't done it is because, again, Marvel Rivals. I know if I post it today, it's gonna get drowned out by Marvel Rivals. So I'm waiting till Wednesday, and even then, Wednesday next week is not really the one for me because WrestleMania is then legit that Saturday. So it's a bit of a long day. I know you guys will like the video though. But it's a bit of a long day because a lot of it, essentially, I should have uploaded it earlier, but I was, you know what I'm saying, slacking a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but it's in between two big things which are probably going to soak up the algorithm. So I apologize for that. Again, this was not the video I was meant to make today, but I hope this made up for it. I hope you guys were entertained anyways. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you like my commentary and are new to the channel, please leave a like and also subscribe because that very much helped me out. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care and have a lovely rest of your day.